Hold on, buddy. Open the door. He's been sleeping all afternoon. Finally, I was like, he's got to get up to come in his house to go to bed. I don't know. I guess he's tired today. Thank you. Thank you. He's been so sleepy today. So I was like, well, I guess I'll start the live stream with him walking to his house. Spike, his name's Spike. Yeah, he's wanting to go back to sleep. His noises he makes. Yeah, his name's Spike. And he's 12 years old. And he weighs, well, 3 months ago he weighed 88 pounds. So he probably weighs like 90 something. No. Hi Ghost, how are you? Spike's been sleeping all afternoon outside, and I was like, Spike, come on, buddy. Like, you'd have done been in your house by now, so I was like, well, I guess I'll just start the live stream with him walking to his house. I'm gonna put you guys in the tripod instead of the selfie thing. I don't know why he's been so sleepy today. I think it's just like the change of seasons. He was up walking around earlier today, but I wasn't motivated. Oh, thank you. Yeah, normally I try to get him walking around and eating. Like, he wouldn't even eat. I try to wake him up with food, and he does his normal thing. When he wants to go back to sleep, he'll just walk right over it. So I was like, well, there ain't nothing I can do. I knew if I didn't let him in his house, he would go back up there and lay down and try to go to sleep again. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ghost. I'm going to go pin that. Oh, Ghost, I have a question to ask you. Hold on. Let me think of where I'm at now. Hold on. YouTube sent me a, email. Not about you. Not about you. But about a different, manager. Not a manager, a mod. A different mod. You're the only manager, but standard mod. And so I emailed them back and asked them some questions, but like that's why they kept unmodding that person. And they unmodded them again. So I guess I'm just gonna leave it that way and find out until they message me back. But I don't know what they know that I don't know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It said that YouTube didn't think that they were a good candidate, basically, to be a mod due to their activities on YouTube. And remember, like, I kept saying, I don't know what, like, I didn't unmod you. I don't know how you got unmodded. I guess they're doing it. Yeah, Nicholas, he's tired. He was up walking around earlier, but like I wasn't motivated. And then by the time I got motivated, he's been napping, which he does nap a lot. So I just let him nap, and I thought, yeah, surely he'll get up like he normally does when I do the live streams, like. But he just didn't get up. I was like, buddy, are you ever gonna wake up? And I put his food down and all that in front of him, and he just walked right over it. And so I was just like, there's nothing I can do. He has days like this. It's a ghost. I think that person that I'm talking about is going to be angry. But I guess I could, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, if YouTube knows something that I don't know. Yeah, he has sleepy days, especially when the weather's changing. Which I sent an email back, Ghost, asking, which I don't even know if they'll be able to tell me. You know what I mean? I just sent an email back asking some questions, which it's not probably none of my business, honestly. fly. Go. Look, listen to me. I'm trying to, like, holler for the fly. Yeah, Ghost, that's what I thought too. I thought the same thing. And, I mean, I don't know if it's because, like, you know, Spike's channel's growing faster than normal, than, like, normally they grow, or I don't know why I didn't even think they would communicate with me until, like, you reach 100,000. So, I don't know. I sent them one back, so I'll see if they send me one back. But it's not, the way I see it, it's no big deal anyway, because you're the only mod that ever is in here and helps me anyway. So, I don't see why that other person would get an attitude, but if they do, then they do. There's really nothing I can do about it. We're almost at 10,000, guys. Ain't that crazy? That's went so fast. Let me see. Hold on. Tell you exactly what we're at. We're at 9,839. So we need what? 161 more? And we'll be at 10,000 subscribers. Which by the thing, we've been getting like 100 and something a day. So either tonight or tomorrow, we should reach 10,000. Yeah, Ghost. Yeah, it wasn't about you. It wasn't about you. It was about the one that they keep unmodded. Yeah, didn't that go fast, Ghost? That went so fast. Gosh, like, you were here before I think we even reached 100. I guess, like, because last time they unmodded them, I modded them back. And I don't know. I don't know if that's why I got the email, because I made them a mod again. Because I didn't know. I just thought it was like a glitch in YouTube or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Yeah, Ghost, that's went by so fast. Like, it went by fast. And like all of our live streams have been doing good. If you go to them, let me see. Like last night we had 12,000. The night before we had 14,000. Then 10,000. So they've been doing pretty good. Not unless you're doing that thing, Ghost, where you invite the people or whatever. Remember when you invited them when we had 40,000 that night? Yeah, Ghost. That's what I thought too. But, I mean, I'm gonna have to explain it when he comes in here. Like, there's really nothing else I can do. I'm not gonna mod him again and YouTube get mad at me, you know what I mean? Because I think they kind of did get mad at me, like, because they unmodded him and I modded him again. I didn't know they unmodded him on purpose. And so when did they send the email? Like, I think the email was sent like 6 or 7 days ago, but I just read it this morning. Oh my gosh, just last week, it was such a mess, I'm telling you what. I wanted to pull my hair out. Remember how I told you I hooked the YouTube channel to my husband's Google thing? Because, like, he's had it forever. Well, you know, like when they ask you for an ID, like they asked me to prove their, an ID or whatever, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or something. And I sent him an email. I said, that's impossible. I mean, I have his license, but it's expired, like, I think it expired in 2021 or something. He's been gone since 2019, And they were like, oh, you can't, like, the YouTube channel can't be in his name then. And I was like, oh. So then I had to make a whole nother Google account and learn how to take it off of that Google account and put the YouTube channel on the new Google account. I'm telling you what, I almost want to scream. Because I'm not, like, good with technology. Oh, my God. I don't even, still, I don't know if it's right. Oh, that's what. Oh, now Ghost, I got an email from the Google thing saying that what did it say? They mailed me a PIN number, and I have to put that PIN number in. What the world are they talking about? I haven't been mailed no PIN number, not unless it's in the mailbox, because I don't check the mailbox that often. But I'm just like, what are they doing? Like, I didn't know they would do all this stuff. Oh, I meant to go check the mailbox too, dang it. I guess I can walk out there real quick. I mean, I don't know if they do this to everybody or if it's just me. It might be just me. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that on my laptop. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because, I went into the YouTube studio for something, and I know, like, yeah, I can't explain it, but I know what you're talking about, because it, like, I did that too. One of the ones that I asked to be a mod, and I was like, okay. But, you know, they're hardly over here. Not the one that YouTube emailed me about, but a different one. And, like, I guess when I did it on my phone, I accidentally made them the wrong one. And so I wanted to switch it, which when she comes in here, I'll have to redo it. But, because, like, I had to unmod her, because I put her as the managing mod, and I wanted her as a standard mod. But when I clicked on her name, like, it showed me all of her stuff. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, maybe that'll tell me something. I mean, I think we've done really good here, guys. Like, there has never been one channel to give us a shout out, which some's offered, don't get me wrong. And I just asked them not to, because, like, I know channels that I watch, if they shout somebody out and ask me to go subscribe, I do. But, you know, I normally don't watch the channel. I just did it because somebody asked me to. And I just never, I don't want that. Like I just want the subscribers that subscribe on their own here. You know what I mean? I don't want subscribers that people ask to come here. So I've just asked a couple channels that offered not to. And I think we've done pretty good. It's only August, September, October, 14 months. 14 months and we're almost at 10,000. And we've done it all by ourselves. I'm gonna walk to the mailbox. I'll see if that thing goes. I don't know if you were in here or not, but Google. I got an email from Google saying they mailed me a PIN number, and that I have to put this PIN number in my Google account. Oh, thank you, Ghost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, because I know YouTube has that thing for like YouTube for kids, but most kids don't want to go on that. They want to come over here on ours, so they just lie on their birthday and act like they're 18. And like, even though everything that I do is marked not for kids, I still, you know what I mean? I still just try to keep it like if there was kids in the chat, because there probably is, you know what I mean? And so I try to keep it, you know what I mean? Like, and it's about a turtle. So it's it's just a cool channel that's about a turtle's life. Like, yeah, Ghost, I've been watching a live stream before, and like YouTube would just cut it right, and I'm just like, what happened? Then they'll get back on like, I don't know what happened. I didn't do it. I'm like, yeah, if you didn't do it, YouTube did it. Like, there's a, if it's not, if you don't have internet problems and you didn't hit in the live stream and your live stream ends, it's YouTube stopping it. Yeah. Yes, Ghost. If you mark anything that, like, if I marked this live stream when it asked for kids, nobody would be allowed to comment. Anything that's marked for kids, you're not allowed to comment under the video or like in any live stream that's made for kids. I was like, wow. Because one time I was just hurrying up, and I accidentally hit yes for kids. And like, it said on there, comments are turned off. And I was like, why are the comments turned off? I was like, and then, it took me a minute, but I seen where I marked, yes, it's for kids. And I was like, oh. And then when I hit marked, no, it's not for kids, the comments came right back on. And I was like, wow, I guess so. If stuff's marked for kids, you're not allowed to comment on it. Which, I mean, I get it, because you never know what people are going to say, you know what I mean? But I actually went into the YouTube studio and marked, you know how you can go in there and hit certain things? Like, I hit the not made for kids. So it's I don't have to hit it individually every time now. Everything I do is just automatically marked for that. Ghost, have you ever heard of like Google mailing you a PIN number, and then you have to put that PIN number in your Google account? Have you ever heard of that? Because like, I read that. Yeah, yeah. I read that email this morning too about a PIN number, and I was like, well, where do I get this PIN number at? And it said that YouTube mailed me a PIN number, which I'm about ready to go check the mailbox to see if it's in there. I'm trying to plug this in before I forget. Oh, hold on, guys, it's not working. Unless it's unplugged up there. Nope, there it is, it's working. Dang it. Okay. High energy. His name's Spike. He's been sleeping a lot today. Hi, Harlan. How are you? Yeah, Ghost, that's what it said. Yeah, I gotta go see if it's in the mailbox. Like, I'm one that don't like to check the mail. So, like, it wouldn't bother me if I never checked the mail again in my life. But normally, the only day I do check the mail is on, like, Mondays. But it used to be Tuesdays because the garbage goes out that night. And that's the only day of the week that I normally check the mail. But I was going to go out there and check it just to see if there's a PIN number in there. Yeah, Energy, he is. He's the big boy. I can put my, well, let me think. Everybody knows what an iPhone Pro Max, how big they are, don't you? I'm sure everybody knows. I can put my phone up to him so you can see. Nope, he ain't got no love letters yet. I put up his little mailbox though, and I got a P.O. box. So if anybody wanted to mail him anything, I gotta put his little mailbox back up because I tripped over it and about broke my neck. And I took it out of the ground, but I'm gonna put it next to the shed so I won't trip over it because Spike's ran into it a couple times, and that was the second or third time I tripped over it. And I was like, I just pulled it out of the ground. I'm like, I've had enough of this. Yes, it's so stinking cute. I gotta put it back up. I'm gonna put it on the side of the shed, you know, because I never get close to the shed, so I won't. Well, Spike does, but I don't think he'll bother too much there. But I'm gonna put it back. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Yeah, Energy, I'm telling you. I'll trip and fall over. I trip and fall over my own feet all the time. Like, how is that even possible? I do it. I do it. I don't know how, but it happens. No, Harlan, no, I don't celebrate it no more because my kids are grown. They're adults, so, I mean, I did when they were little. Like, they would dress up and go trick-or-treating, but they're both adults now and do their own thing. Me too, Energy. I'm telling you. Yeah, me too. I'm telling you. Definitely. You would, like, if I had $1 for every time I left my phone in the store, I'd have a lot of dollars because if my phone is in my hand when I'm checking out, I can guarantee you I'm going to leave my phone on the counter. I do it almost, not every time, but 99% of the time. And then when I get going down the road, I'll be looking for my phone to, like, turn on YouTube or something. And I'm like, crap, I bet you it's laying on the counter. And then I have to go every time. And like we live so far out in the country, Harlan, like nobody trick-or-treats here. Like if you want to take your kids trick-or-treating, you have to like take them to a town or something. Because out here, we live so far out in the country, nobody, you know what I mean? Like, it would take the kids, like, what do they get, like an hour to trick-or-treat? They would maybe get to 3 or 4 houses in an hour. And it wouldn't be safe just because there's no sidewalks or street lights out here. And the speed limit's 55. It just wouldn't be safe. So like if your kids want to go trick-or-treating, you have to take them to a town. You did that yesterday. Yeah, I'm telling you, I do it all the time too. And I always look back like, what did I trip on? And there's nothing there. I'm like, how do I always do that? Like, I don't know, but it happens often. And Buddy, the German Shepherd dog, my daughter's dog, he's like one that likes to be like as close as possible to you. And if you like you're at the sink or something, and you know you're gonna walk somewhere else, so you turn around to walk, and as soon as you take a step, like you can't even take a step because he's there, and then you don't want to step on him. He about trips me a million times a day. I'm like, Buddy, you're gonna be the cause of my death one day. Yeah, when Spike's in the house, I do order, like, I look out for him a lot. Oh, thank you, Energy. That, that one, the one stray boy cat that comes around just to eat and then leaves, he has got the biggest head. Like, his head, it don't even look proportionate to his body. His head is like, I don't know, so big compared to his body. Um, he might grow into it though. But like, he's one of the wild strays, and like, I've been petting him while he's eating and stuff, and like, I picked him up today for the first time, and he didn't like it, but he didn't like scratch me or anything either. And Fluffy, like, if he goes around Fluffy growls and stuff, but like, she's like not in the backyard right now because she's on the front porch because that's where he is eating. And I'm like, I think Fluffy's doing that thing, like acting like she don't like him, but she really does. Um, he mostly eats his pellets, his turtle pellets, and I soak them in water. Um, but he eats fruits and vegetables and grass, and from all that rain, like we've had these white mushrooms, I guess you would call them. I guess that's what they look like, pop up in the yard. And yesterday I don't know, I looked over and Spike's just eating one. I'm like, hey, no, spit that out. And I'm like, Spike, don't eat that. He's just chomping away. And I was like, no. Like, so I ran through the yard and got all the ones I could see. I'm like, don't eat that. Like, only time we ever get them mushrooms in the yard is when we get a lot of rain. I'm like, don't eat that, buddy. And he's such a picky eater that I can't believe he would eat that. Like, he's so picky about stuff. All right, I'm going to walk to the mailbox. Do you think that's why he might have ate? Well, the pellets that he eats every day, like it has all their nutrients and vitamins in it that turtles need. Um, and he eats them 2 or 3 times a day. just because, like, on the back of the bag, it'll tell you how many cups a day to feed your turtle, depending on their weight. And there's no way Spike would eat as many cups as he's supposed to eat a day in one setting. He just, I mean, I think he could, but he won't sit still long enough to do it. So, like with Spike, I've noticed if I break it up to 3 meals a day, he does a lot better than to try to give him one big meal a day. So I break it up for him. I don't know, but I was trying to dig it out of his mouth, and when he closes his mouth, like, you can't pry it open. And I'm like, don't do that. I'm trying to, like, stick my finger in his mouth to get it out. I'm like, stop. And I'm just like, he's such a picky eater. Like, if I put green beans down, he wouldn't touch them. If the world was going to end, he wouldn't touch them. But for him to munch on some mushrooms that popped out of the ground because we had too much rain, it's just beyond me. I'm like, he's so picky. Or if I put cabbage on, he won't touch cabbage or green beans, or there's a lot of things he don't like. Bananas, he hates bananas. Yeah, I'm just, which when I see him, I pick him up. I'm like, I don't leave them down, but like, I didn't even know they were here until I seen him eat one. And then I found like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, but I'm just like, he eats some random stuff sometimes. Like, that can't be healthy for him. So, like, I don't trust his judgment. He's literally, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. But them cinder blocks that he climbs on, that one that he keeps sniffing, he keeps trying to, like, bite it. Like, he puts his mouth around it, like he wants to get a bite of it. I'm just like, he's so, like, it's so random. I'm just like, what are you doing, buddy? You can't bite that. It's concrete. He does random stuff sometimes. He's so funny. What else has he eaten that? Oh, you know, like when you mow the grass, it's not good to give the animals because, like, it's something to do with the power motor or something. You know what I'm talking about. Like when you cut the grass with the lawnmower, it makes the grass release a certain chemical, and it's not good to feed the animals. Like if you want to feed grass to animals, you're supposed to hand pick it. Well, that's why I always try to use the lawnmower with the bag on it. But, like, it don't get every bit of it up. And, like, a couple days after I mowed one time, he's, like, eating the dead grass. I'm like, what are you doing? You can't eat that grass, buddy. And you can't eat that anyway. That's been chopped with the lawnmower. He just does funny stuff sometimes. I think he does it just to make me ask him what he's doing. Because, like, there's cameras back here at all times anyway. And, like, I can watch him on camera. He never does no random stuff. But when I physically come out here is when he does the random stuff, like biting the block and, but if I'm not out here, he doesn't do that. I'm just like, I think he does it just so I can be like, what are you doing, buddy? I swear I think that's why he does it. Because if it wasn't, why wouldn't he do it when I'm not out here? You know what I mean? Yeah, he is. He makes me laugh every day. He does the most random stuff. I'm just like, buddy, you are funny. And yeah, I do too. Like, I always try to find something good or funny about a situation. Rather than to find something. Holy crap, hold on a minute, guys. What in the world is going on? Hold on, guys. That was freaky, guys. I was standing out here talking, and I was facing Spike's house to talk to you guys, and I turned around, I just turned around and looked at the house, and when I did, like, just clouds of smoke was coming over it, and I was like, what is that? I was like, where's all that smoke coming from? That's why I said, what's going on? And, all the dogs and cats are inside, and I was like, what is all that? So I was like, hold on. So I ran in the house and out the front door, and I guess they already picked all the stuff in the field right next to my house, and I guess they're having a big bonfire or something over there. But it's just weird because I don't know. It's just coming from a weird spot. You know what I mean? Like, it should just come straight over this way, but it looks literally like it's coming over my house back here. And so I was like, hold on a minute. Like, my daughter told me for like a year she wanted a turtle. And I thought she meant like a turtle like Spike. Because surely if she meant a water turtle, she would say, I want a water turtle, right? So, like, I just went online and Googled places to buy turtles because I didn't have a clue, you know what I mean? And so, there was this one pet store a couple hours away that had them, but it said to call first because they don't have them all year round. And I called, and the guy said that he had 2 hatch that morning. So I went down there, and there was Spike and another one that hatched that day. And so he just picked one, and that's the one that was Spike. And that was for my daughter's 11th birthday. She's 23 now. But she's like, Mom, I meant a water turtle. I was like, well, you didn't say a water turtle. You said a turtle. So you got a turtle. But I mean, like, she'll have to take care of Spike and stuff when I die, but, like, I'll take care of him until then. I mean, her dog, that's her dog's in there barking. She's just busy. Like, she's never here, never. I think she said she's coming back, like, Tuesday, because Mabel's got to get her surgery that day. But she's never here. I have all of her animals. Spike turned 12 on September the 12th. Oh, energy, I don't know. I don't know anything about wind directions. It just was weird looking because, with me standing out here, you'd think I would hear a fire if somebody had a fire burning or whatever, which it's normal. I burn leaves and branches all the time too, everybody does. But I just didn't You know what I mean? I didn't see nothing or hear anything, and I was just like, why are like all them clouds of smoke? I don't know, it just was weird. And plus, you know, I'm like, damn, if the house is on fire, I want to go save all the animals. Mabel's been so babied. My daughter says, you better not even baby her. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I won't. Okay, yeah, all right. I'm telling you what, the dog is so babied, so babied. Because I mean, even though I think she'll be all right when she gets her surgery and if she has to go through chemo or whatever, I think she'll be all right in the end. But it's still the fact that we could lose her. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it would be 12 on the 12th. Yeah. Everybody out here burns fires all the time. It's like, I mean, now that I know where it's coming from, it don't bother me. But like, normally I would see it because like I'm almost right next to it. But I guess they're burning in a different spot than they normally burn in. Which they do it every year after they pick their crops. They like get everything in a spot and all the trees and anything that fell that year and whatever, and they do burn it all. It was just weird. Like normally they do it like in the evening time, and it's like almost pitch black. I don't know. It was just weird. Yeah. Yeah, like and plus like you know she's gonna take a ton of medicine for this week until she. I don't know if she just sees the surgeon Tuesday or if that's the day she's having her surgery. I don't know, but it's one or the other Tuesday. Um, but like normally they get a snack at like 3 or 4 o'clock, which there is always a bowl of dry dog food down, always 24/7 here. They just choose not to touch it. I mean, there's that dry dog food. Every 3 days, I have to pick it up and throw it away and put new dry dog food down, just because like it looks like it needs dusted. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't eat something that looked like it needed dusted either. So every 3 days, I just pick it up and dump it in the garbage and then fill it back up. Right? They don't touch it. I'm telling you, they wouldn't touch it because they're so spoiled. And today, Mabel was like, she wasn't interested in her snack at all, which that's not normal. Mabel's a good eater, and I don't know, but she's also on a ton of medicine since what 2 or 3 days ago when they biopsied her tumor or whatever, and I was like, oh, I was like, come here, Mabel. Come here, Mama, I'll give you. And like, I just let her eat a whole entire can of canned dog food, which Mabel's on a diet because of her weight. And there's a lot of things, but I don't care. That's all secondary now compared to her cancer to me. And I knew my daughter would have a fit, so if she's listening, she's just going to have to deal with it because that's the way I handled the situation. And she just acted like she acted like she wanted to get sick because she's literally takes 3 pills, then two, then like 6 hours later 2 pills, then 6 hours later 3 more pills, and then at nighttime she takes her vitamins and her because she has something wrong with her bladder, so she'll be on medicine the rest of her life for her bladder problems, and she takes them at night. So this dog is taking so much medicine, like I would want to puke too. And so like, I just didn't. She didn't want to eat her snack because she felt sick. So I just gave her a can of canned dog food, yeah, like Mabel's the best eater here, man. Mabel, she just is. Mabel's a foodie. She loves food, loves it. She'll eat hers and everybody else's. And because at nighttime, around midnight, I go in there and I make their food. It takes me about 30, 40 minutes every night to make their food. And Mabel, I literally eat, not because Mabel has cancer, but, you know, Mabel's 3. And ever since she's been probably about 9 months old, I spoon feed her. She eats like a person does, like you would feed a baby. And so does 2 other dogs in the house. So after I make their food, which takes me about 30 or 40 minutes every night, then I have to spoon feed 3 of them. Because if I don't, they just won't eat. They'll look at you like you're crazy. If you put it down on the floor, they'll like, I'm not eating that. I'm not a dog. And Energy, she's her mom was a chocolate lab, I think, and her either a chocolate lab or a yellow lab. I don't know. It was some kind of Labrador. And her dad was a hold on a minute. Oh my gosh. I need to look it up. I know it, but I just can't think of it, but I'm about ready to look it up. And what's sad is I don't think this litter was supposed to take because, you know how most litters, they have like 9 to 11 puppies a litter? Great Pyrenees. Her mom was a lab and her dad is a Great Pyrenees. And her face looks like a lab, like she has the lab nose and stuff, but her body and her color is pure white, like the Great Pyrenees. But my daughter got her from, it was actually the pastor's dog, and his dog wasn't heat and got loose and went and made it with the neighbor's dog. And but you know how, like, anyway, they normally have like 11 puppies or whatever per litter. Well, she only had 4. Yeah, she's got to go get a draining tube put in and everything. It breaks my heart. Like, I'm telling you what, I can't with animals, but especially Mabel. Mabel's like, I just can't. Like, Mabel's like the closest thing that I'll ever get to having a grandkid, because neither one of my kids want kids. And that's literally how I treat her. Like, Mabel has so many outfits. She has raincoats and shoes and socks. You name it, there's nothing that dog don't have. Seriously. Every Halloween, I go buy her a new Halloween costume, like you would your grandkids, because she's the closest thing I'll ever get to a grandkid, and that's how I treat her. And I forget where I was going with the story. Yeah, where was I going? Oh, the litter. There was only 4 in the litter, 4 puppies. And 2 of them died from cancer. And Mabel just turned 3, mind you. She just turned 3. And 2 of the litters already died from cancer. And she's got 1 sister, which my daughter, her boyfriend, his mom has Mabel's sister. And she doesn't look anything like Mabel. Like, you would not, if you put these dogs next to each other, they don't even look like the same anything, let alone from the same litter. Like, the other one's name's Pearl. And I don't know why she named her Pearl, because she is like a light brown color, like medium brown, I'd say. And she's real skinny and little. And Mabel is like 119 pounds. That's why she's on a diet. She's just big and she's snow white, you know what I mean? Like, but anyway, out of the 4, there's only 2 of them still alive. And Mabel's had this mass on her chest for probably about 6 or 7 months. No, 8 months. It's been probably about 8 months. And my daughter took her to the doctor, and they said it was just like a fatty deposit. I forget, there was another word they called it, but they said it wasn't no big deal. But if you could get it removed if you wanted to, but you didn't have to, it wasn't gonna hurt nothing, right? Well, then, like, a couple weeks ago, like, I was petting Mabel and I was like, yo, that fatty deposit's getting a lot bigger. I mean, and it's getting bigger quick. I'm like, how do they know it's a fatty deposit? Are they sure it's a fatty deposit? Like, come on, something's not right here. So then my daughter took her 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I can't remember now, a couple days ago, and they did the biopsy thing, and it turns out to be mast, M-A-S-T, cell cancer. And, oh my God, I'm telling you, I'm just like beside myself. Like, no. Because like a couple times a year, it's so funny. I'll literally put like Mabel in the front seat and I'll take her to McDonald's and I'll buy her chicken nuggets, right? Well, then she'll get to eat her chicken nuggets and then I'll drive her home. Then I'll put another dog in the front seat. And I will literally do that 5 times. It takes me about 3 or 4 hours to do it. But I'll just keep switching out dogs. And I only do it like twice a year. And my daughter's always like, stop, Mabel. I said, I don't care. Mabel is not fat. We're all overweight if we go by the stupid charts. You know what I mean? I'm like, you leave her alone. Like, and as soon as the vet tells my daughter that Mabel's overweight, I have to hear it. And I'm just like, I'm not hearing it, blah, 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 I'm not hearing it. The vet literally told my daughter to give Mabel green beans for a snack. I said, you eat green beans for a snack? That don't sound like a snack to me. I'm not giving her green beans for a snack. Sorry, not happening here. Mabel wants a sandwich or something. She loves lunch meat, and I know that's not good for her. But like, oh, and if I give her like bones, and we don't do the rawhide bones, because that's bad. You know, we do the all natural bones. But my daughter's like, you're giving her too many bones? I'm like, well, I don't know. You're just going to have to always holler at me, I guess, because I'm just going to do whatever. But and I think it's just because, like, my daughter has been in college the last 4 years, you know, and she works a job, and she has her own life. So, like, I am with Mabel 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what I mean? I give Mabel all of her medicine. I do all the feeding. I do it all. Like, I do it all, even though she's my daughter's dog. And, like, my daughter gets mad because I was arguing with her one day, and she's like, well, Mabel's my dog. And I said, she's more my dog than she is your dog. And, I said, all right, let's go. Put her in the yard. Put her in the yard. You go to one side of the yard, I'll go to the other. We both holler for her one time at the same time, and then don't say nothing else, and see who she goes to. Well, you know who she went to. And then my daughter got even madder. I said, you can't get mad. Like, you're never here. Like, Mabel is used to me because I'm with her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, you can't get mad. I said, and I have that bond with her too. Like, you can't get mad at me either. Like, you can't put me with an animal. Literally, she brought Mabel home at 6 weeks. Mabel's been here since she's been 6 weeks old. You can't put me with an animal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that I take care of and do everything for and tell me that, you know, it's your dog, that I'm only allowed to do what you say. No, it don't work like that. Yeah, I hope, which my daughter works at one of the only places that does chemo and that has an oncologist for animals, and it's like a veterinary hospital. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I don't know. I think they have to wait until they take the tumor out and send it to the lab, and then I don't know, because like I asked Erin if she'd have to do chemo, and she said she talked to the oncologist when she was at work, and she said, where's the helicopter? I guess they have to wait to see like what the tumor says, you know what I mean? Like what it says when they send it to the lab or whatever. But when she came home from work today, she told me that Mabel, I have a drain tube. I forget what she called it, but it's basically a drain tube. And I said, will that hurt her? And she said, you had it? And I was like, I know I had it when I had breast cancer, and they took out the lymph nodes. They put one in. I had it for I think 3 weeks or whatever from where they took out the lymph nodes and stuff, which it didn't hurt. But I was also asleep, you know, I was asleep when they put it in, asleep when they took it out. And it just being there didn't hurt, you know what I mean? But I don't know if it's gonna be like that for Mabel. And I was like, is it gonna hurt her? Like, you can't, like my experience don't mean Mabel, you know what I mean? Like, no. Like, I don't know. I'm worried about that too. I guess, I don't know. Like, I really didn't get to talk to her because she was in such a big hurry, because she also pet sits for people. And she was running out the door because she was already late to be at somebody's house, because, like, she'll be over there until I think Tuesday, pet sitting. So then, like, she'll just get up and go to work and school from their house, and then come back to their house, like, you know, to take care of their animals. Like, she won't come home at all. Which she does that a lot, but I tell her all the time, like, you're so funny. You leave, well, including Spike, I said, you leave 5 animals to go babysit 2 animals. But I mean, you know, it's because she gets paid to do that. I understand. I just joke with her. I'm just like, you're funny. She's got well, man, I'm telling you what, look, me and my daughter, I always argue with her. I'm like, she gets the best animals, which they're all rescued. Well, Mabel she got from the litter, from the pasture. And then, I bought my little dog. But other than that, all of our dogs are rescues, right? Why? And cats, you know, like her 2 cats are so stinking cute and adorable and sweet. Buddy and Mabel are so well behaved and sweet, and they're just, my dogs are the ones in there screaming at the top of their lungs. My husky, he just sits there and screams at the top of his lungs because he likes to hear stuff, I guess. And my wife's like, stop screaming. He's just doing it just because. And I'm just like, please stop screaming. And I'm like, why are my dogs so like they are? And you get all the best, like all your animals are well behaved and well, whatever. And all mine are off the hook. They all do something not normal. Yeah, man, there's arguing right now. Well, we're not arguing. Because she graduates, I think I don't remember. She sent me a graduation ticket, but I don't think it says on it. Let me see if it does. Because this is her 4th year of school. Let me see if it says when it is. I can find it. All this stuff. Oh, there it is. It is December 13th. That's her graduation. Which she'll graduate with her, I don't know what, I can't even begin to tell you. She tells me it all the time, but my brain ain't gonna remember it. But she's been a full-time student for 4 years, so she's graduating with her degree, but we're fighting over, she wants to take a year off And I keep telling her, you're not taking a year off because she needs to go straight to med school. From this, she's got all of her prerequisites and everything done. She needs to go straight to Ohio State, the med school program. And she's like, I want to take a year off. So we're going back and forth. But I said, if you take a year off, you're never going to go back to school. I said that about the year thing. I said, there's millions of people that said that. And you know what happens? That year that you take off, life happens. You get bills, you get this, that, you get that, and you just don't have time for school anymore. So you're not, I don't know. I'm trying to talk her into not taking a year off. Because her goal is to be a veterinarian. But I'm just worried if she takes the year off, she won't do the 8-year med school because, you know, like, she'll end up, I don't know, moving out and getting a house payment or something to where she'll have to work or something, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess they are. They're sweet. But they are, like, it's so funny how, like, if somebody knocks on the door, like, even if my mom, uh, like, if anybody comes, I don't know, but all the dogs, literally, they'll all surround me. Like, if I'm like, they won't even sometimes let me move. I'm like, guys, let me walk. And, you know, I have one in front of me, one behind me, and one on each side of me. And I'm just like, it's all right, guys, it's all right. And, like, even when my son, he don't knock, he just comes in. And when he comes through the door, like, the dogs instantly just run and, like, sit in front of me. And I'm just like, it's okay. You know it's him. You know it's Justin. He's okay. You know him. I'm like, they are protective ghosts. They are. Oh, thank you, energy. Ghost, she said, because she tried to do it in between high school and college, and I told her no. I said, no. Says that year off will set you back so much that it's not even funny. You know? I said, it don't work like that. I'm telling you from experience. And so she went straight from when she graduated high school, she went straight into college. And then, you know, she's been in college ever since. And she just turned 23 on September the 13th. And she's like, Mom, I need a break. I need a year break. I said, no, you don't. No, you don't. If you take a year break, it's not gonna work out the way you want it to work out. Like, I'm telling you from experience, I wish you would listen to me. Like, you have to keep going until you reach your goal. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna take a break. Breaks? No, there ain't no breaks in life. You have to keep going until you reach your goal. Then you get to take your break. Like, you can't just take random breaks. But I keep telling her that, so I hope she don't take a year off, but, you know, there's nothing I can do if she does. I just hope she listens to me. But also, this last semester with her college, like her grants that she normally gets for college, she's the kind of person that, like, if she, you know, she's done her own grant paperwork and everything. I think I did it the first couple times, and then she took over because right then was when I was going through chemo and stuff. So basically, she had to learn how to do her own grant stuff because there was a time there I just couldn't do it. But ever since then, she's been doing it by herself, which she's always does good at. She always gets her grants every semester and everything like she was supposed to. Well, this last semester, she's like, I'm like, well, why didn't you get your grant? She's like, I don't know. So she literally took out student loans. I said, no, what are you doing? Why didn't you tell me? And I could have fixed it for you. And she's like, well, I was like, no, I will have this fixed by the end of the week. And so I did, and it was all fixed. They took her student loan back, and like she already made her first payment on her student loan. Like they refunded her money, and they just put her grant money towards her classes like they normally do. And I asked her about it yesterday or the day before. I said, did you hear anything from FAFSA? And she's like, yeah, they took my student loan back and refunded my payment that I made, and I got my grant money. I'm like, but she's one of them people that she'll like fill out the paperwork, and if she don't hear anything or whatever, then it's just that. Then she'll go on to like, well, I guess she won't inquire about it or anything like that. She's just one of them people that just won't mess with it. You know what I mean? To where I'm the opposite. Like, I'm the person that will drive somebody crazy until they fix whatever. But she didn't even tell me about it until like school started, September or something. September something. I didn't even know that she didn't even get her grants until like 2 weeks after school started or something. And she told me she got student loans. I'm like, what are you doing? No, because like our biggest thing was not to have them, not to try to her have less student loans as possible. And right now, she has never taken out a student loan other than what she just did. But they fixed all that because after her grants, she's only like $1,700 or something that you pay out of pocket, and like she pays that. So, just from working, she'll like make payments for the last $1,700, so she don't have to take out any student loans. And I think that because she was aggravated, like I heard her complaining about the student loan is how I even heard about it. Like, hold on a minute. No, I think she just does the Pell Grant. Well, I don't know. I think there is one other one she does. I'll have to ask her. Yeah, but they said that FAFSA changed all their rules and stuff this semester, and I was like, well, all right, but still, she should still qualify for it. You know what I mean? Like, she works like, I don't know. She's a full-time student. I think she only works like 2 days a week, and not even like whole days because she has school 5 days a week. And anyway, all that got fixed. But I think like what made her think she wanted to take a year off was that whole student loan thing. She wasn't happy that she's in her 4th year, and in her last semester she's going to have to take out loans, which she hasn't had to do the whole 4 years. But really she didn't have to. She just had to inquire what was up with her paperwork and stuff, and they would have fixed it. But she won't do that. She won't say nothing to nobody. She's the kind of person that will go to the drive-thru and like they'll give her nothing that she ordered. She'll come home and complain and complain and complain, but she won't say nothing to anybody else. Nothing. I'll be like, well, why didn't you just go back in and say, hey, you gave me the wrong food? No, I'm not doing that. And she won't. She just won't. I'm just like, man. And I tell her, I'm like, I used to be just like her. Just like her. Man, you couldn't pay me to say something. You know what I said it was like a light switch for me. I think I was 22 or 23. That's about her age. And what happened was me and her dad, we were married at the time. We were at a flea market, and he bought these stupid speakers. And they were big. And he was carrying one, I was carrying one, taking them to the car. And they were heavy. Well, this like group of girls was like standing where you walk, right? Talking and stuff like people do at flea market. And like they seen me coming with this big speaker, and they didn't even move. You know what? I'm telling you, this was the first day I ever didn't take somebody's crap. I ran right into them. I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you. And I just kept walking. Like, I just kept running into them. Like, I didn't back up. I was like, and ever since that day, I'm just like the total opposite. I'm like, I told her, I said, if the same thing will happen to you one day, you'll stand up for yourself, trust me. Because I remember I used to be just like that. Yeah. 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 Yeah, she She does all of her own stuff. Now my son, oh God, I could just wring his neck sometimes. Um, I was doing the same thing with him, telling him, hey, no, you gotta. My dad, because my son's the only other boy in our family other than my dad, and my dad he's an electrical engineer. He's worked at Procter and Gamble his entire life since he's been 18. He's in his 70s now and still works for him. And my dad wanted my son to be an electrical engineer. My dad actually, he designs the blueprints and then he puts the blueprints in the computers and then they just hook the computers to the machines that make the Loves and Pampers for Procter and Gamble. That's what my dad does. He designs the blueprints, then he puts the blueprints into the computers, and then they just have to hook the computers to the machines, and then they'll make the Loves and Pampers or whatever. Well, my dad wanted my son to go to school for that because he wanted my son to take his job, whatever. Look, my son's 3rd year of college. Oh Lord, don't even get me started. I could bang my head against the wall. I'm always hollering at him. Needless to say, I think he stopped his 3rd year. He only has like a year and I think 1 or 2 semesters left. And he, you know what I mean? He had the bright idea of moving out with this girl. And now they're raising that little girl's brother. And you know, he has to work every day to pay bills. I said, see, what did I tell you? Why don't you listen to me? You had a year and what, 2 semesters left of school, and like you've been making good money the rest of your life, but now you had to go do things your way, and now you're stuck working a job that you hate. And what did I tell you? That's what you'll do the rest of your life if you don't go to school. My son's one of the people that has to live it to learn it. Like my daughter, you can tell her stuff and she'll learn by you telling her. My son's the opposite. He actually has to, like if you tell him the stove's hot, don't touch it, he has to touch it before he will know that it's hot. You know what I mean? Like you can't just tell him and him believe you. He's like, no, I have to do it. Yeah, she finally got it, Ghost. They fixed it. Which all it was, you know, they have so many people filling out for that. You know, like that, she's done it every semester. So, you know, of course, they're not going to get all of them right or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's all it was. Well, somebody did the calculations on hers wrong. And when they redid it, you know, they fixed everything. But that, like, she's just one of them people that would just rather take out a student loan than to just call them and say, hey, I think you messed up on my application. She would, and she did. She did take out a student loan rather than calling fast up and saying, hey, I think you messed up. And that's all I did, was tell them that, hey, I think you messed up on her application. And then they're like, okay, we'll call you by the end of the week. Well, they didn't call me because I'm not on her paperwork. They called her and told her that they fixed it. They took her student loan back and they refunded her first, because she already made her first payment on her student loan. And then they refunded her money and they fixed everything. I said, see, that's all you had to do. And I think I made like 3 or 4 phone calls. That was it. That's all you had to do, and look, they fixed it. And she just won't do it though. She just won't. I mean, I'm just like, well, that's fine, but you could at least told me, hey mom, my FAFSA came through, and school's starting in a week or 2, and I could have got it fixed for you. Not 2 weeks after school started, and you already took out a student loan, and the only reason why I found out about it is you're yelling about it, and I heard you say it. Then I got up, I'm like, what do you mean student loan? Student loan what? And she's like, I don't know. My fast, I didn't hear nothing for fasting, so I just took out a student loan. And I was like, why didn't you tell me about this before all this went down? I was like, oh, I'll fix it, Aaron, I'll fix it. I'll get it fixed. And then I asked her last night or night before if it, and she told me everything got fixed and they refunded her payment and all that stuff. And I was like, I was walking away from her room and I was like, thank you, Mom. She's like, thank you, Mom. I'm like, heck, you could have even just told me, like, you didn't even tell me, like, I had to come to you and ask about it. Which I didn't do anything, I swear I didn't. I called, University of Cincinnati, enrollment office. I talked to them. I called FAFSA, talked to the lady there, and then I think I had to call the enrollment office back for something. And that was the only calls I made. Like, maybe like 30 minutes worth of calls, that was it. So, I mean, I didn't really do nothing. Oh, and then I called and talked to that guy. And I think that guy, he put me on hold for about 15 minutes because I think he was looking over her, her stuff on her FAFSA thing. And he noticed where they messed up at because he's like, look, we're going to redo the calculations and we should call you by the end of the week. And so that basically told me that he realized, by him looking at it, he realized where the mess up was or something. And then it got fixed. But I think by her having to take out a student loan, that, because since it's gotten fixed, I haven't heard her say she wants to take a year off anymore. I think the whole student loan was making her not want to, you know what I mean? Because she didn't ever want student loans in her life. But since it got fixed and everything's normal now, I'm praying she doesn't take a year off. Puppy. Puppy? Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's her goal. Which she's, I will have to get her to come out here and tell you guys when she gets back from pet sitting. Like, she's graduating with her, I don't know what it's called, some degree. I think she's got all of her prerequisites done. Like, she told me something about med school, but I don't remember what it is. Like, oh God, I don't know, I don't remember. I know that sounds bad, but like, I mean, I'm telling you guys, I used to have a normal brain. Then like in school, I was just like her. I was in all the gifted classes. I, was just like that. Like I was always straight A's. Like I got 1B in my entire life, and I was grounded till the next report card. Oh Lord, I never got a B in my life again. Um, and like she's like that. Like all the way through school, she was in all the gifted programs, top of the class, all that. And I told her, I'm like, you, you got your, look, you got 4 years done. You got 8 in med school, 4 more to specialize in animals. You'll be done the rest of your life. The rest of your life, you'll be done. You won't have to go to no more schooling. She actually got her first, God, I hate when I can't think. What do they get when they're in school that helps them, like, for money for college? You can get them while you're in, like, school. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. Dang it. I can't think. I'll have to ask her. But I mean, she got her first one when she was in like 3rd grade for reading. And then like almost every year after that, she got them, she'd get them every year. And like, you know, then when she picked what school she was going to go to, they all just transferred to whatever school she picked. And that was just that much less money that she had to pay, you know. She's a smart kid. She wouldn't have any problem. It's just getting her to do it, you know. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping since the whole student loan thing got fixed, she'll just go on to med school and not take a year off. Because if she takes a year off, I honestly don't think. I mean, how many people go back after saying they're going to take a year off? I bet you, what, probably 2% go back?